Your reel is probably terrible. It's probably terrible because it lacks the foundational elements that you need for an effective video reel. It's not your fault and you're not alone. These core best practices that we're talking about today are the difference between your reel getting you the work you want and making you money as a freelance editor, DP, director, filmmaker, etc., or your reel being a huge waste of your time. Here's the deal: if you truly want to make a useful video reel, watch this entire video. Don't skip out early because you'll miss that one tip that brings it full circle for you. Plus, I've included a special surprise for you all during this video, so keep an eye out for that. Focus is the key to a good reel. Focus is your guiding light. You need to pick one thing, whether that's editor, DP, director, colorist, solo filmmaker, small production company, aerial cinematographer. Pick one thing, focus on that, and make a reel for that. And if you want to make more than one reel because you're multi-talented, congratulations, that's sick, but make more than one reel. Focus your reel on a single skill. And then secondly, focus your reel on a specific audience, a specific category. Who are you trying to attract with this reel? This will dictate the kind of content that goes into your reel. And then keep in mind that when you make that reel, it's super niche and it's not going to be for everyone. It's not everyone is going to like your reel, but that's good. The work that you put out in a specific niche is going to get more of that work. You should be excited about this opportunity. You have a chance to edit your reel in a way that directly speaks to the people you want to be hiring you. If you're digging this video, click the thumbs up. At its core, the reel is an opportunity for the people that you want to be hired by to notice you, and then they can dig in more. Don't make it longer to make it longer. You have a lot of work in your portfolio. Show the work that is your best work that you want to get more of in a specific category that you're going after, and just share that. That's all you need to do. A good reel takes a lot of work and a lot of planning, but make it impressive and make it relevant. Let's push outside of the box a little bit. Can you practice cognitive empathy to make your reel stronger? I think you can. Can you work on your capacity to understand another person's perspective? Take the perspective of the people who you're trying to get to hire you, dive into that position yourself in your brain, in your mentality. Now, what do they want to see in a reel? What qualities are they seeking? The value of putting yourself in another person's shoes needs to be in your toolkit as a freelancer, and it can be super, super helpful when you're making your reel. If you like what you're hearing, subscribe below. What is the story of your reel? You have an opportunity to tell your story. You have an opportunity to tell the story of your work. You have an opportunity to tell the story of how you work when you put together your reel. Use the structure of your reel to showcase your skills as a cinematographer, as an editor, as a director. Your reel is your first impression, and great stories make great first impressions. So what I have for you guys is I'm going to personally critique your reel. All you have to do is head over to my website, nixfort.com/shop, and sign up for my email list on that page. And then in 1 month from when this video was posted, I will randomly pick 5 people who've signed up for my email list to critique their reel and help you guys improve your reel. My good friend Gabby is a professional freelance editor. She's been doing it for years. She does documentaries and branded content for companies like Google, Red Bull, Nike. She's legit, and we can learn a lot from her reel. For editing reels, do not do a montage. A montage does not showcase your editing skills or your editing style. You really need to share your ability to tell a story and share your style in your editing reel. Gabby's reel is filled with story from start to finish. If you have a chance, go watch it, and you will see that she uses the sound bites from the interviews in all these projects that she's worked on to tell a story of herself as an editor. She actually tells the story that she's highly collaborative as an editor using sound bites from interviews. And in her reel, she also allows her scenes to breathe. They're long, but they're not too long. She's able to make a snappy edit that's cohesive from start to finish. She found the balance between, sharing the nuances of her editing craft, but also holding the viewer's attention from start to finish. She's showing that she can use shot choices to make a sequence and put a sequence together. She's sharing her ability to tell a story. She's showcasing the breadth of her niche with multiple brands in her reel. There's a lot to learn from dissecting Gabby's reel and why it works. If you have a question, drop a comment. Selecting music for your reel is very important. You need to think about the niche that your reel is going after, and you want to pick something that works in that niche. So then when the person who's going to hire you watches your reel, the music aligns with their taste in the category that they're working in, and then they're going to be more inclined to work with you because you get it. You get that category by understanding what music works in that category. So match the atmosphere with the category, and you're going to have a big win when it comes to music. And if you need music, I actually have some hookups for you guys for music. I have a hookup with Epidemic Sound. You get a free month from your boy Nick at Nick's Ford. And if you want music from Artlist, you can get two free months from Artlist from your boy Nick. Those links are below. And I also have a hookup with ArtGrade, which is stock footage. So if you do need stock footage, you can check that out. And I believe ArtGrade is 2 free months from your boy Nick. So check those links out below if you want some free music. Both of these music sources have big selections of music, and I use them both in my production work. If you're a cinematographer or a DP, you do not need a flashy edit. It's not about the editing, it's about your abilities as a cinematographer. A couple of years ago, I made this editing reel for my aerial cinematography, and the first half of it, I made the mistake of experimenting with the editing. It's flashy, it doesn't make any sense. It's an example of what not to do for a cinematography reel. The second half though, I actually did a good job of creating a cinematography reel for DP work. I showed that I could hold my shots. I showed my preferred style of composition. I showed my ability to capture a scene and to tell a story with my cinematography. I showed my ability to get some coverage, and coverage with cinematography in the sky and aerial stuff is a little bit different than on the ground. But all those things are really important when you're making a cinematography reel. I have 2 videos that you can watch related to cinematography that will help you as a cinematographer and help you think about how to share those skills in your reel. One is about holding your shots, and the other one is about B-roll coverage. You guys can check those out. I will link them above and below, and that can help better inform how you put your reel together when you think about showcasing those skills to a producer, a director, a production company, because they want to know that you can do that stuff when they're going to hire you. And the opportunity to show that is in your cinematography reel. If you're looking for valuable tools to help you become a better freelance filmmaker, I have a ton at nicksfort.com/shop, producer kit, contract kit, client kit, LUTs, all that good stuff. Go check it out. There are no dumb questions. I'm gonna rattle off a bunch of general tips for creating a stellar reel right now. And remember, be nice. Be nice if you already know something. Not everyone knows everything. Keep that in mind. Link the full pieces from your reel with your reel. So you post a reel and below it have a sort of a reference section with all of the links to the full pieces. So when someone likes your reel, they can dig deeper. Consider not adding a date to your reel. Sometimes your reel is going to outlast the date that is stamped on there. It might last for 6-7 years. And if you don't put a date on there, then you don't need to update it, and it can keep working and not look old. Build depth with your sound design. If you're a freelance editor, you don't need to worry about who filmed the footage because you're an editor. You get hired as an editor. Showcase your editing work. Do some research on the people who you are inspired by, the work that you want to get. Who are those people? Find their reels and see how they're telling their story in their reel. What kind of pacing are they using? What kind of shots are they using? What kind of music are they using? Break down their edit frame by frame and take that information and use it to inform how to make your reel better. If you want to know how to break down and edit, I have a video that I'll link above and below that is how to edit like anyone, and you can use that methodology to break down someone's reel and learn from their reel to inform your reel. Make multiple reels if you need to for different skill sets or different categories, and you can keep them unlisted or private. You need to keep your work. Regardless of what kind of reel you're making, you need to have the work to build the reel. And when you're keeping that work, try to think about how it's going to be most useful. So if you're an editor, you would want a output with no graphics because you don't want those baked in graphics in your reel. You'd want an output that potentially has the tracks of audio split up so you don't have to use the music that's baked in. Think about that stuff when you're keeping the projects that will make your reel. Adding the client name and the project name to your reel is a nice touch. Putting your name at the front with the kind of reel is important. Keep it simple though. Don't feel like you need to update your reel unless you have new work, and then update your reel only when you have new work and it makes sense for you to update your reel. Stock footage, if you're gonna use it in your reel, use it with intention, use it as supplemental footage. Don't use stock footage to mislead someone, especially if you're putting together an editing reel. If you don't have work as an editor, then go get the work and then make a reel. And maybe you don't have the work. If you don't have the work, just be honest with the potential client and say, I'm still kind of new to this. I have this piece, share those pieces with them and say, I don't have a reel yet because I don't have enough work to make a reel, but I still am very excited about an opportunity to work with you. And then you'll get more work and you keep making work. And then eventually you'll have enough work to make a reel that you can share with people. And then you'll get even more work. Later.